Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 and the pitfuturestrading.com coming to you this Thursday morning, January 23rd. I'm going to do things a little differently today. I have the SPY in one tick increments for a specific reason. Here is the bottom of yesterday's range. Here is the price probe from the 16th, and you've heard me describe in the past as battleground that bulls and bears are fighting over. Well, again, I'm going to try to talk about it in those terms. I'm going to use yesterday as this is the bears' fortress, okay? And how they're going to try to defend it today and what's important. If they don't defend what I'm about to say, nothing's changed. If they do, then maybe for the short term, things have turned, right? We said yesterday we possibly had excess, right? Thought that on Friday also, but that went out the window. Well, as of right now, this is holding, right? I said when an all-time high comes in, you're never going to know it. Well, it was pretty quiet the way we popped yesterday and then slowly came out of it. So that's number one. Here's the important thing. We had the price spike yesterday when L took out F's low. We closed below it. And right now, not only are we below it, we're looking to gap lower. Now, gaps have been all year so far. I think this is 10 out of 15 days. It's not a large gap, and I'm not by any means saying it's going to hold. The important thing is this level here. So the bears are going to have certain levels to defend to see if I'm right for the short term or nothing's changed. So level number one, all right? This is the bears' fort. Here's kind of the front entrance, the gap. Obviously, they would like to defend that and not have this gap fill. If not, if they don't fill it, the bulls, pretty good shape for the bears. If the gap fills, well, now they're in the front door. Price spike. Next very important point then for the bears to defend. If they're able to defend it, nothing's changed, value's lower, and the bears are still in control. Once the bulls get through that level, they're now in the main house. They'll be back in value. Next stop is the POC from yesterday, and the last line of defense for the bears inside their home would be the afternoon rally high. And if they get that far, I would think the bears are going to be in a lot of trouble, right? Because after that, then you have yesterday's all-time high. So those are critical levels for the bears to defend their turf. Now, for the bulls, right? Right now they're retreating a little bit. Well, this is a huge level. This is your price probe from the 16th. Right? We barely got into it on the 21st. Totally rejected and made new highs yesterday. Well, the bears now are trying to get into basically the bulls' home. If you're able to do that, again, there's a vacuum below some of these destinations. So if the bears are able to take back this price probe and get below it, I had one small set of single prints below it, and then below that, you're starting to look at a poor low with a gap. And I gave you all those destinations yesterday. I'm not going to even go over the destinations today since I'm spending more time on this. I think markets are very, very visual. And right now, we have a tremendous battle zone. Look at this. Between yesterday's low and the price probe from the 16th. It kind of tells you, right? I always say these are very visual points, especially with these algorithms, the way they're set, right? These are just programmers that set them for very visual destinations and reference points. And that's what we're doing this morning. We're bouncing between yesterday's low and the price probe. So guess what? I've said this many times. Whoever wins is usually going to win the day. So if the buyers get reinforcements here and we can't get below the base of the price probe, then there's a good chance you're going to come back and test yesterday's range. If the sellers are able to get below there, then they can get some acceleration. If the sellers are able to hold the gap, but more importantly for me, hold the price spike, then at least they can continue to push back into that price probe. So that's the area that we're looking at today. Now, obviously, if we gap lower, your first destination on the upside will be yesterday's low. Then it will be the price spike. Then it will be the POC, and then the afternoon rally high. And I gave them to you all last night. And the same here. Your first destination will be the price probe, which I gave you, and I gave you destinations, I believe, down to the 327 and change level. So that's very important. I hope that, it makes it a lot easier to see when it's in black and white like that for me. Very visual. Now, the charts, right? The charts show a totally different story right now. Very healthy, and they are. One time framing up for 2 weeks. We're back into last week's range, though. A little nuance. Daily. We're now firmly, right, in balance. And I said we could even incorporate this. Well, this is now the bigger picture of what I just showed you. If the bears are able to get into that price probe, your next destination is that daily low, poor low, and then filling the gap. And they should be able to do it if they get it below the price probe from the 16th. On the flip side, if the bulls are able to retake that price spike and get back into yesterday's range, then obviously, eventually, the top of your 4-day balance would be your next destination at some point, which is your all-time high. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.